touch the sky. In the city of angels, feels like I'm coming home. With my head up in the clouds, I am searching for something, and I'm still hoping. 'Cause I wanna be in, not out, wanna make this all count. Yes, I wanna go crazy now, gonna make this all count. Feeling like a rock star, 'cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
But it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel the way. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. For you. For you.
Hey, I've got you on my mind. Yeah, you're all that I think about. You know you got me going wild. And what I want is you. Could you come a little closer? I want you by my side. And I'll try the best I can to make you feel this way. Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. Tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, 'cause I'd do anything. I just wanna be with you. How can you make me feel this way? Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. I just wanna hear you say that you want me to. I told you I can't get you off my mind. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I wanna stay here with you.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. Hope you guys are having a wonderful night. Welcome to DJI AVATA week. Apparently, we are getting the drop this week. So we're going to look at any other rumors that have come out since my last two live streams. I feel like I've covered just about everything. But if you guys have seen any updated videos or updated information about the DJI AVATA, put it in the chat and we'll talk about it tonight. This week was also pretty sad for me. So I completely spaced on the fact that Minefield was this last weekend. I had a party that I went to. I took my son to the Tennessee State Fair. Sunday was crazy. Just Monday, last night Gavin had a game, and so like Friday night I took him to a football game, and like it's just been it was a crazy weekend. And then Sunday night, right before I'm about to go to bed, I look at Instagram and Facebook, and all these people are putting their pictures up from Minefield, and so probably One Vision Aerial's pictures were the ones that went up there the most. But upset that I just completely spaced on it. For some reason, I thought it was in October. I don't know why I thought it was in October, but I did not get to go to that event, and I was sad because that's probably the closest droning event to me as far as the United States goes. I would love to go out to Colorado. I'd love to go down to Texas. I'd love to go down to Florida. I might try to go to Georgia one time because that's pretty close. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. I had an extremely stressful day at work. So this is now my time to chillax and hang out with all of my internet friends and just talk about fun stuff. So I'm going to try to loosen up a little bit and just go for it, y'all. Didn't have time to fix my hair. Didn't have time to shave. I'm a little scruffy down here, but it's all good. I'm still presentable. I'm still dead sexy. So we're going to hit it. Don't know how good the show is going to be tonight, but it's going to be fun. On another note, this week, I had an altercation with the FAA. So that was exciting. And it had nothing to do with drones. This is the last week for our Planes, Trains, and Automobiles extended contest. And so I was out at the airport. Every morning I drive by the runway to take my son to school. And every once in a while, there'll be a plane landing right over me. And I'm like, man, that would be really, really cool to catch with my Insta360 camera. It'd also be a cool idea to do a time lapse of the runway because it's a huge, huge flat field. And it's got one huge runway going this way, and then it's got like two or three going like across it. And there are a lot of like small commuter planes and people learning how to fly. There's like a pilot school out there as well. So there's these little prop planes and little jets like taking off all the time. And I thought it would be awesome. I stood out in a field, and I didn't think that I was on the airport's property. I really thought that I was on the golf course property because there's like right by the airport, there's this huge golf course. There were like, I don't know what those paths are called that the golf carts go on, but golf cart trails, maybe, I don't know. But there were several of those going through the field. There were people mowing. Everybody's waving at me. I was hanging out. I was out there for an hour. And I was trying something that I'd never tried before. This last week, I found on Facebook Marketplace, I found a DJI Ronin S for really cheap. I got it for $200, and so it is a gimbal that is strong enough to hold my Canon C200. And so what it's going to give me on my channel is I'm going to be able to have a C200 cinema camera with a cell phone on top of it, and I'm going to be able to auto track my face with a Canon C200, which is awesome. And then I'm also going to be able to, I'm also able to do like a motion lapse. So that's what I did. I sat it there for 40 minutes, did a time lapse ended up getting like a 40-second time lapse. So for my planes, trains, and automobiles video, I think I'm going to do 3 time lapses. One of the train tracks, one of the runway, and then one of the highway. And so that'll be my planes, trains, and automobiles. I already have some video of a train. I would love to get some video of a plane landing. So I've got a spot that I've kind of picked out that I'm just going to hang out there for a while. Hopefully I'll get a plane going by. And then, I mean, highway is pretty easy to get video of. So I'm gonna go through the chat, and I know y'all are all mad at me because I didn't go to Minefield. So I'm gonna go through here and do roll call real quick, and then I will let you know again why I was not at Minefield this weekend. But Eat More Possum was the very first one in the chat. As always, he wasn't the first in the chat last week, I believe, but he's holding strong for the record of being here on time and early. One Visionarials in the chat. He said, I'll put his thing up on the line. It's nice. Sorry you didn't make it to Minefield on Saturday, Sean. Was looking forward to meeting you in person. Definitely had a great time. Met JB. Who's JB? Oh, Bartolotto, probably. Mel from 400 AGL and Jason. I don't know how to say his last name. Shapert from what is it? Part 107. I forget what the name of his course is, but he teaches you how to pass the 107. So Eat More Possum said, all of us IDites, that's hard to say. IDites. We'll have our own meetup, not to be confused with idiots. Nice. Art's in the house. What's up, Artco? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good night. Art invited me on a show last week, and I couldn't do it because I had prior plans. But Art, if you'll have me on your show, this Saturday's not going to work either. But once the Tennessee fair is gone, we'll be good to go. So maybe in a couple weeks I can join your show and hang out and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Stephen Drones is right here. Stephen Drones is in the house. What's up? Art loves my bumper music. That's awesome. I couldn't hear it tonight. I spent like right before I went on camera, I got my audio to work. So Windows updated, and I hate it when I have everything set up the way I want it, because I've got all these I've got passwords, I've got, I've tweaked my computer, and then sometimes when Windows decides to update itself, it like resets all my settings, and all of a sudden my audio didn't work. So I've got my audio going to studio monitors, but it's going through a headphone jack. And then so it had switched my audio to my Yeti microphone. So all my audio out was trying to go through my microphone. So gotta love that. So Charles Golaski's in the house. Nice. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Gillespie, right? Pretty sure it's Gillespie. Sean Hyde Studios is in the house. What's up? One Vision Ariel said I was bad. I'm a bad Sean. Bob. So Bob, were you there? Bob Casey? At Minefield. I really, really wanted to go to Minefield, and I really, really thought it was in October. And it wasn't. It was in August. So I really thought I had more time to set up. And I think someone even asked me if I was going last week, and I was like, yeah, I'm going. But in that conversation, it never dawned on me that it was Saturday. So I apologize. It looked like y'all had a great time. I haven't seen any videos from it. I've just seen Bartolotto's ride along on Ken's channel. So if anybody has videos from Minefield that they'd like to show in the chat tonight, I'm open to pulling up YouTube. I'm not going to show anybody's video that I don't have permission, so I can't show Ken's video, of course. But Dustin, if you got some video you want me to play from this weekend's Minefield, I'm more than glad to. Or the Florida meetup that happened. I know somebody said they were there last week. That might have been you too, Bob. So Bob said more showed up last year than they showed up this year. This is Dustin talking about me in the third person. Slipped his mind. Hopefully next year he can make it. I need to like put it in the books. And I always forget it's like Ken's birthday is when it happens. Because I've got Ken as a friend on Facebook and I get his birthday announcements. So I need to keep that in the back of my mind. So Eat More Possum asked if I got sheriffed by the FAA. So the last thing I want to happen is the FAA to start analyzing me and put me on the dirty list and all that kind of stuff. So, and I would say you should do this anytime like law enforcement or the principal or your boss or anybody ever confronts you about something. First, I would make sure that you're respectful to whoever. Don't go on the defense. Don't be a jerk. Don't be rude. I just stated everything that I thought I knew about the situation. He came out and he said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I was just taking a picture of the beautiful airport. And he said, and it was really weird because there was a fence in front of me surrounding the airport and the runway and all that kind of stuff. So I really thought that was the airport. And I thought I was just kind of on the side of the road. But his main concern was that I was directly in front of the runway. So if someone landed or someone took off, like I could have killed me. But I knew the risk that I was taking being by the airport anyway. But so I was standing there, had my Canon C200 on my Ronin S on a tripod, and then I had my Insta360 One RS on a 20-foot pole. So he came up to me and he was like, well, this is airport property, so you can't be here. And I said, yes, sir. I'll go ahead and pack up and leave. I thought I was on the golf, and I told him that I thought I was on the golf course property, and there was no fence around where I was standing, so I thought everything on the other side of the fence was the airport, and everything on this side, because I mean I'm allowed to drive right next to where I stood, so I was like, I don't know, it was just kind of a weird situation. And so then I started asking him questions. I said, well, can I go to the parking lot over there? There's like a small business parking lot. I said, can I take pictures from that parking lot? And he said, oh yeah, that's not airport property. And then I pointed at a fence behind me. I was like, if I go on the other side of that fence, like on Sam Ridley, on Sam Ridley Parkway, can I video from there? And he said, yeah, you can go over there. And so, so anyway, I was really, really nice to him. He was nice to me. He didn't take my ID and put me on a dirty list or anything like that. He was real nice, and I was real nice. And I really think he was just like one of the groundskeepers, like, because by the time I packed up and took all of my stuff back to my Jeep, I saw the tractor that was mowing started moving again. And I was like, I bet he was just dropping someone off to that tractor after lunch break or something. So, but he did have lights on the top of his truck. So he could have been like airport security or something like that. But man, I've done so much on this channel, and I've never been, I try to obey the rules and be safe. And the last thing I want is, just some bad blood on my channel. So it all worked out right. This would be a pretty funny headline. Tennessee man gets tased after pointing the Ronin C200 at air traffic. Yep, that would be awesome. I've been tased before, and it didn't take me all the way down. I don't know if it was a weak taser or what, but I got hit with a taser in college, in the butt cheek, and it hurt, and my right arm was like, it was in my right butt cheek, and my right arm was like paralyzed for probably like an hour, but I didn't go down. I stood my ground, but never ever want to be tased again. I hated it. And it was just because my girlfriend at the time had a taser, and I wanted to see if it would protect her. Four States is in the house. Sorry, I missed that. That was, 10 minutes ago. Sorry, I'm trying to get through your chats. Most of them, you're all talking to each other, so. Yeah, Four States. Where are you located? Yep. So Steve knows what I'm talking about. As long as you're nice, and you kind of just need to, like, for one, be respectful and say kind of why you're there, and then and I wasn't really playing stupid. I was actually playing pretty smart, because I told him that everything that I did, I thought I did correctly, and I didn't want to cause any trouble. I went out in this open field. I was like, I'm not around anybody. There's no way I'm going to interfere with the planes taking off. I'm not flying a drone by the airport. Like I started saying things that, like, I know what I'm doing here, and I know what I can't do. I just didn't know that I was standing in a spot that I wasn't supposed to, because it was like literally anybody could walk there from the road. So I thought if there's any, because around the runway, there's like a 10-foot tall fence with like barbed wire like pointing out. So you have to like go up and over the barbed wire to get in there. And to me, that is where you're not supposed to be. Is where that fence is right there. Not this big open field. Because it was the big field they shoot fireworks off from on the 4th of July. So I thought it was kind of, city of Smyrna, big piece of land that we get to use sometimes. So Emore Possum says, good outcome. Did you get any footage prior to being run off? So I got 40 minutes of a time lapse. And it's a pretty neat time lapse because the clouds don't move in the time lapse, but the ground does. Okay. So sometimes you do, I was in a hurry because I was on my lunch break. And I think if I would have done it again, move my camera in the opposite direction of the way that I did. This time I went clockwise, and I went from left to right. And I think next time if I did it in that same spot, I'd do it from right to left. The airfield looks amazing at night, but I don't know how good that would look. But there's the whole field is like lit up like a light bright. But I can't stand in that same spot, so there's no reason for me to do it again. But I recorded for 40 minutes, which got me about a 40-second time lapse. And the clouds, and I pretty much followed the clouds as they moved across the sky, which was pretty cool. I'd love to do that with the Milky Way. But yeah, I got a good shot. All right, I think I'm all caught up. So it looks like Steven Drones just got his taste back. So that's good. I don't even know what you like to eat, Steve. I was going to make a joke, but I don't know. I think the first thing I would do is go get a Fat Mo cheeseburger. There's a place here. It's run by Indian people. So it's Fat Mohammed. But Fat Mo's is just an amazing cheeseburger. I think it's the best fried cheeseburger in town. They have the Fat Mo is a 16-ounce hamburger, so it's a full pound. Wait, no, the Fat Mo Deluxe is a full pound. I get the Fat Mo, which is a half-pound burger, and my son gets that as well, and we love them. All right. So Beston sent me some videos, so I'm going to see what I got. I don't know if y'all just heard that popping sound, there is on the top of my DJI Ronin case, there is a handle that pulls up, and it's like spring loaded, but it's slow. So I think like I moved stuff around in my office because it was back on that table. I moved it out of the way right before the live stream started, and a half hour later, that handle decides to go down, and it makes this huge popping sound, and it scared the mess out of me every time. Sometimes it takes an hour for that thing to pop back down, and so anyway. Ooh, we got a lot of good stuff. Wonder if I can play it from Google Drive or if I have to download it. Is there any video that you want me to show? Any cooler than the rest of them? I'm going to order these by file size. Quad battery fire. That one looks fun. Yeah, we're going to play that one. Oh, that was the wrong button. All right, let's see what we got here.
Don't do this. This is not. Do not try this at home.
Is he stabbing the battery with a screwdriver?
All right.
All right, I'm gonna play that again. So, tell me the story here, Dustin. What happened here?
Don't do this. This is not.
Do not try this at home, kids.
It's not recommended.
Yeah, it's good.
So Ken crashed his quad and the battery caught on fire. That's exciting. All right, let's see what this is.
Nation. It's the POS parade.
All right. Oh, is it raining?
Yeah. Yeah. Off you go, my friends. You're brilliant. It is coming down in buckets.
I don't know where anybody is.
I'm at 135 feet.
I'm at 135 feet.
I'm at 156.
Okay, next here for 20.
It's passing by in literally 10 minutes. You couldn't wait 10 minutes?
I'm right back.
Boy, talk about a place you don't want to be standing in.
I couldn't help it.
You got a whole lot of lightning rods right there.
Dave, are you breaking up the formation? All right, full forward, boys. Full forward, go. Normally I do. POS Nation! POS Nation!
Oh, man, I'm sorry I missed it. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to fly my drone around all those other drones. That kind of scares me. And I also wouldn't be flying my drone in the rain.
Slow and careful process.
All right, so this is Ken climbing the tower.
Could have left you some stairs after you got about 20 feet up.
Here's another thing I won't do. I'm kind of scared of heights. Especially staircases that like don't have a landing. Like this little spot right here scares the mess out of me. And then those are stairs that don't have stairs.
Every time my mom sees me do this,
Wow.
she does yell at me. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Gosh. That's scary. So, so Bob, what is POS?
The guy with the quad flew into
Feel
you.
stupid, but I don't know what you mean by POS, DJI, FPV.
Who flew into me?
That was fine, that.
Thank you.
No, it was a little rickety. It was a little rickety outside.
Yeah, Bob, no platforms. I'm not doing that. I've sprained my ankle so many times. My ankle would probably go out and I'd die. I'm not watching this anymore. So, POS equals DJI FPV drone. Got it. Oh, piece of. Now I know what you mean. Okay. You mean to scroll down? And knowing me, if I fell, I would probably bounce like Jenga. No, not Jenga.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
What's that game on Price is Right?
My mini crew's already filming you.
What is that game called? Where the little disc kind of bounces on all those little pegs. Eat More Possum, yeah, I'm pretty sure it will handle the ADD. It's rated for about 8.5 pounds, I think. He's standing right next to his drone, flew it right into the pole.
When you hold stuff,
Plinko, that's it. I'd be one of those Plinko discs. I would not fall straight down. Of course, I might live if I just bounce back and forth over and over and over again.
It's kind of like Jaws. Don't wait for me.
But I would never do this.
Just always make sure you have
Not in a million years.
on something before you release the other hand.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
If you
Yep, I
fall,
got it for
try to
200.
land on
He
your
had it.
side.
He had it on
Give
there
you
for
13
300.
points of contact to help break the impact.
And everybody else in Nashville had it for like 300, 350. And I was like, I really just want to spend 200 on it. And so I offered him 200, and he was like, yeah, I'll take 200. He's like, if you buy it today, and I got in the car and bought
This
it.
is scary. Yeah. I got my whole life ahead of me.
You're only 34. What are you doing?
I know, but you're
I've lived my life, Jason.
But it's an old enough gimbal that
You really out?
Dude,
it doesn't
there's no stairs, Ben.
like the axes don't
I will take all the
lock.
Okay.
So you have to kind of hold it while you're
I understand.
balancing it.
I have a lady friend over there from Badger Sales.
But I can show it to y'all if y'all want to see it.
I love you, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got rubber gloves going on, but like,
What are you doing?
so one thing, I don't like to be distracted. So if I was flying or if I was climbing something like that, I wouldn't want 10 weed eaters flying around my head. I wouldn't want all the drones of like strangers that I just met that I don't trust flying all around my head, trying to do gaps, maybe possibly making the gap, but maybe possibly not making the gap. All that stuff.
Continuing on.
But
That's unnecessary.
Hey, will you turn off your mic?
No. I'll
Hey, Jason,
turn off.
Turn the mic off?
Yeah, I will.
Jason,
Yes, sir.
wave that you're not doing it.
I'm not doing that. I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old.
yeah, and I see like it doesn't seem very stable. I'm sure it's pretty stable,
Yes.
but like
Turn it off too.
it also has like a bunch of wiggle room.
I'm just going straight up.
It doesn't seem very solid. Well, thank you for those videos. That gave me something to talk about for about a half hour. I think I'm going to show you guys my Ronin. It's my new little toy, and I like it. All right, so I've stripped down my Canon C200. Uh-oh. I've stripped down my Canon C200, taken the handle off of the top, and stripped it down to this. But what's awesome about this is can't move the camera down, can I? I need a platform. Well, so something that I'm playing with is I'm going to mount this onto the bottom of the Ronin, and I've got touch focus. I've got a menu system. I've got all that. So that's what's awesome about the Canon C200. So once I take the monitor off, all I have is this. I've got a small pancake lens on here. It is a 24 millimeter. And then I put this handle on a NATO rod. So it just slides off. Okay. So we're going to balance this on my Ronin. And I'm going to make a proper video, but since I don't have anything else to talk about tonight, this is what we're going to do. So the first thing we have is this mega handle that is also the battery pack. What I love about the handle is it has 3/8 and a quarter 20. So I just put this, like take the head off of my tripod and then just put this on, and it's a nice thick nut and bolt system. But for now, we're just going to screw the little tripod onto the bottom. This acts as a good handle. Also acts as a good base. Base! I'll knock my coffee off. I don't know if this will be on camera or not. Next, we have this big daddy. This locks in here. Feeling the pressure. And it's hard to do with one hand. All right, there's those two. What's nice about it is it fits in the box. It fits in the case with like two of the axes I don't have to adjust. So it works pretty well. And if you see this, like, I need to move my keyboard out of the way. There we go. So if you'll notice like it kind of leans back a little bit, but I can adjust this a little bit so that it's perfectly straight. But once I take the lens off, there we go. All right, so let me turn it on. There it is. So this is my beast. Uh-oh. I was like, that didn't sound good. All right. So this is my beast of a gimbal. It is super heavy, so I'm gonna have to start working out. But the type of video that I get out of this camera, now that I can put it on a gimbal, like, I'm super excited. But I'm not the kind of person that like, besides camp, I don't really follow people around with motion video. But what I'm excited about is there is a thing called Force Mobile, I think it's called. And since, oh, that's a good idea. I'm not connected yet. So with the time lapse, I was able to create a path, and basically it's just like waypoints on your drone. Or like if you've had the Osmo Pocket, you can set multiple spots, and then you can say, like, I want it to go, like what I did was I put spot waypoint 1 and waypoint 2, and I said that I wanted it to go from point 1 to point 2 in 40 minutes. And so I get this warning on the app that says that you can't really connect your C200 to the Ronin with the multi-camera cable because it doesn't function correctly. But I'm excited to try out a whole bunch of other cameras because I believe my, like my DSLRs and stuff like that I'll be able to take proper time lapses with the camera, and it'll control it for me. I can also power. There's two outlets up in the front that I could power the camera with. And then there's an outlet right here that you plug the multi-camera cable into. But this is what I did at the airport. This is point 1. And this is point 2. And so basically I went from point 1 to point 2 in 40 minutes. Then on my Canon C200, there's an interval. The fastest interval you can record is 1 second, but you record that at 60 frames per second and in full 4K from a cinema camera and whatever lens you have on it. So I also got this really, really long base plate. So if I put a longer lens up here, I can move it back. The farther I move it back, the less motion I'll have in this direction. Like right now, I can go pretty dang far, right? Almost underslung. And then it rubs up against it right there. But for this camera is about 4 pounds, I think. I was super excited to see that everybody that did a video on a gimbal was for the C200 had it on a Ronin S, and I couldn't find any videos where people had put it on other Ronins. I'm sure there's Ronins that have come out since their S that are compatible, but I wanted to see a person actually do it before I spend any money on it. And so yeah, so that's what I did with that. But I wanted to show you guys this Force Mobile thing. So we're going to recenter it. And I think oh. Oh, okay. Sorry. So if I did it upside down, so let's turn that off. I'm going to turn it upside down and do it. So anyway, that is fun with my Ronin S. It's taken all the lighting away from me. I'm in the shadow of this beast. But I'm not going to show you the footage yet because I don't have it. I don't have it on this computer. And I'm excited that I balanced it that fast for you guys. So with that, I put on the description of this live stream, we're going to talk about the DJI AVATA, whatever you want to call it. So I figured we would do that for the remainder of the evening. Put my camera all back together so I don't lose parts. I love this camera, by the way. This is my baby. I will pay it off in a week. It'll be all mine. Sorry. So let's get into, we are just going to surf the internet together. So here we have DJI's website. And they have this infographic, which has been up since our last live stream, that gives us a date of August 25th. So today's the 23rd. So this Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know what EDT means. But Eastern is going to be the Born to Fly. You can tell that from the dust that it's pushing away that this is a drone. There are the 4 dots for the battery. There's the battery. This is one blade. This is another blade. This is another blade. This is another blade. It has a little tripod landing system, which is kind of neat. I'm not sure if there's one on the front or not. I can't remember. Oh, I missed some of your guys' comments. I'm sorry. So FlowState said, I love shooting the night sky. I bought a 12 millimeter lens to capture the Milky Way. Wow, that's a pretty wide lens. What's the aperture on your lens, FlowState? And then you really want to buy a star tracking mount to help your star photography. Not sure what camera you're using. Maybe you said it. FlowState. This gimbal right here is it's a very heavy duty lens, but if you're just using a digital SLR, this gimbal is almost overkill. They have of course your lens. You might have a big lens, but like the Ronin SC is a smaller version of that that can handle like mirrorless cameras. So if you think about like the GH5 or that handle drives me nuts. Or if there's like if you have like a Canon like a Canon DSLR, I think it'll handle cameras that are like 6 pounds or less. And you can use tracking. It'll track things, but I'm not sure. You might be able to track like a cluster of stars or something like that. But if you're taking, like, if each one of your pictures that you're taking is like 30 seconds long, or like, I don't know if you're opening up the aperture, opening up your shutter for a long period of time to capture the Milky Way. Like if it's purely dark and you're just grabbing the sky. I'm rambling, but I think it should be fine using an RSC if you're using a photography camera. That cinema camera that I have, the C200, it's pretty heavy, but like I'm coming to you guys on the C100, which is, it's only a 1080 camera, but it's the little brother to that one. Still a pretty heavy camera, but I think something like the RSC would help out. It might not be so expensive. Of course, if you can find a Ronin S for $200, go for it. So yeah, let's Google the AVATA and just see if anybody has anything else that we haven't mentioned. One thing I wanted to talk about was mounting options. I don't think you'll be very successful mounting anything here on the drone, because pretty sure that's where the GPS unit is. And that might be a foreign concept to most FPV flyers, because their drones don't have GPS units in them anyway. So you can put whatever you want to on the drone, as long as it lifts up off the ground and flies steady, you're good to go. But if you're utilizing the GPS capabilities of your FPV drone, then you shouldn't cover up this little module right here, because it's looking at the satellites. Everything back here is the battery. So you're more than welcome to put anything on this battery, but you might have interference because you're on top of a battery. but I think it's a cute little guy. I'm pretty excited. If anything, we'll be able to put the Insta360 Goes on it. And I'm thinking this part right here, people are probably going to stick things to that. But I think I'm probably just going to, I mean, it kind of looks flat there, but I think if I was going to do it, I would put something right here. Not sure where the center of gravity is. The battery is pretty back heavy, so I doubt all of this up here weighs the same amount as that battery back there. So if you're going to mount something on the drone, you probably want to put it here. But again, it might interfere with that GPS unit right there. So far on Google, I don't see any new images of anything that I haven't covered already. I think we're pretty good to go. Here is another close-up of the AVATA. Just kind of a reminder, this is replaceable. This is replaceable. We've already seen those accessories that you can buy. The batteries are replaceable or swappable. There's another picture of it. That's a really good image, actually. Well, we can't zoom in. It's a cute little drone, y'all. Pretty excited. And it looks like the dampers are right here. Maybe. To dampen this whole unit from the vibration of the motors. So that's it. I guess I didn't have much to talk about the AVATA tonight. I'm excited about it. I don't know that I'm going to be able, since I'm still paying off the C200, I probably won't be able to afford to purchase it on day one launch. But with DJI products, I usually don't purchase them immediately. And then I wait like a week or two, and then I can order them for next day pickup at Best Buy. It's usually what I do with DJI. So yeah, I think that's all we have for tonight. I missed this comment from FlowState. I usually try to stay at 25 seconds. Otherwise, the stars get blurry. So is that per shot? So you take like a time lapse, but you open up your shutter for 25 seconds and then close it? And then do you immediately do it again? And then do you build a time-lapse video over it? Or do you do like put those pictures into Photoshop and overlap them to make like a star trail? Those are my last two questions. And then I'm going to head out for tonight. I can feel my tummy rumbling. So I'm going to give FlowState 30 seconds to answer those questions, and then we're going to call it a night. Are you guys planning on getting the AVATA? I see that Bob says he's going to wait for the reviews. Are you going to wait for the reviews from real people that get it? Or are you going to wait for the reviews from the people that have already been flying it and are getting paid to say what they're saying? Curious. So FlowState is still working on the time-lapse aspect. Very cool. Very cool. So here's an important safety message from Steven Drones. Fly for fun, fly safe. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. So just a reminder, today, this is the last week to do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles video for the opportunity to win a free t-shirt from my various stores. And yeah, eat more drone. I just called you eat more drones. Brent over at Eat More Possum is not planning on getting the AVATA anytime soon. So there's that. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will catch you guys next week on the live stream. I plan on putting a couple videos out this week. But I'm probably just going to focus on getting my Planes, Trains, and Automobiles video up. So Jim's droning t-shirt idea is get high, fly drones. Nice. On that note, hope you guys have a wonderful week. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications when I put out more videos on the DJI AVATA. I will put out a video next week of the actual AVATA. Not mine personally, because I won't have it, but we'll definitely talk about the real next week. And yeah, I love hanging out with y'all every week. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Like, subscribe, click the bell. Don't hurt yourself. Have a wonderful week. Peace out.